Hi, I'm James. I've been asked to create a short video about our analytics and reporting section that the students can get involved in. So this is the screen you've probably all seen. You open it up and you get access to the simulations which you've got licenses for: midwifery, radiation safety and radiography. I'm not going to show you much about them because you probably know your way around them. But what I do want to show you is in the reporting section. And so this is an area where I've been told some people aren't using it as well as they could do. So I've logged in here as a pretend lecturer. So I have two columns up here. I have my reports and I have learner reports. Now my reports, or your reports as they're called, are everything I've done. Okay, and you'll see here I've got a selection of full green ticks, half green ticks, and then grey lines. The green ticks, the full green ticks, means I've analysed and completed the analysis. The half green ticks means I've done something but not finished it, and the grey lines mean I haven't even started. Okay, under my learner reports, now as I said, I'm a lecturer in this situation. I also have access to all of my students, and you can see we use, these aren't real students by the way, these are pretend ones that we do demonstrations with. We often use Rodney, as you can see, but if we go into the next column, you've got lots of students in here, and I can type in their name up here, for example, and I can see what an individual student has done, or I could type a date in here or a projection. Looks like I might have spelt his name wrong. Nope, it's just a little bit slow coming around. So I could just have a look at what one particular student has done, or as I said, I could do the date or the projection just to make it a little bit easier for everyone using this. But what I wanted to do was really show you about the analysis one. So I mentioned the green ticks and the half green ticks. If I go into one of these reports, I immediately get my image showing up. And if I ignore that for the moment, I can see this is image 1 of 2. So I've got a previous and a next button. The next button will show me image 2. And I've got some data here about the exposure selections. Interestingly, they didn't use the AEC, and therefore none of the chambers were selected. I've got the radiation dose down here, and the tube settings are along here. Now, if you're watching this in the United States, you'll see yours in inches, whereas mine are in centimeters. Now, this is the analysis bit I wanted to talk to you about. The student has rejected this image, and they've got this box popped open, and they can write as much as they want in here, and that's up to you to decide what you want your students to write in. And if we look at this, well, it matches two things here. Did they suspend the respiration? Did they ask the patient to take a breath in? No. And the student has put that the approximately 8 or 9 posterior ribs are visible, therefore it's well, borderline adequate, but you could say inadequate respiration. So that's all I'm going to show you on that. Let's have a look at their second image. They've accepted this, and you can immediately see the diaphragm is lower. They're still sticking without an AEC. Much quicker this time. They obviously realized all they needed to do was, well, they thought all they needed to do was get the patient to breathe in. What they really could have done was straighten them up a little bit, and they've put that in here, that there's rotation still persists, there's no improvement, but they do talk about inspiration, and we can see that matched in the data here. So look, that's all I'm going to show you. I know people don't want to watch 20-minute videos about something, so I'm going to finish with that, and I hope you learned something. Thank you.